Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to episode number 27 of Playing with House Money on the Toilets to Titles Network. I am Ice. You can find me on Twitter at Iceman_1013. And this right here is my co-host DJ Pru, the live bet king. He's on Twitter at PruBaby10. How are you doing today, my guy?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Happy to be here as always. And we got a fun week ahead of us and a great weekend behind us. So I can't complain.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, it was another fun weekend. Could have been another huge weekend, but yeah, we went pretty close on a couple. A lot of what we said on last week's show was pretty spot on for the most part.
Yeah, it was weird.
Becoming a standard thing for us, supposedly.
Yeah, right. I mean, the sweep is coming. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
but sure. Yeah, there was a couple weird ones, like a couple weird games just mixed in last week. And but hey, it's Thursday night football has been pretty good to us this year, man. Like we had one or two that were just completely hideous, but I mean it's Thursday night football at the end of the day, and we don't really like the Thursday night matchups all the time, but man, it's just been where we pick our spots on Thursdays have been great. We ended that Thursday night with an plus 800 parlay, a plus 675, a plus 245. We ended up running live because of like the flow of the game, and it ended up at one point I didn't think it had a chance, and then it was like the game flow got back into what we were hoping. So that was huge because obviously everybody had it. It was one of those nights where like the whole Discord gets to cheer and celebrate. So that's always the best.
Yeah. Always.
And it's funny because the play that I put on Twitter was the play with Tyler Lockett, and he misses by 1 yard. He had 30 the whole game. And we need an 18-yard catch, and the man gets a 17-yard reception, steps out of bounds. But the beauty of it is not all the books had 47.5.
No, I was going to say, yeah.
I want to say ESPN bet had, I think 46.5 or lower, and then
yeah.
And then I can't remember the other book that one of the guys in the Discord posted, and he was like, I don't know what you're.
Oh,
like, I know I hit, and I'm like, sweet.
I think FanDuel had it at 46.5.
Yeah.
Instead of 47.5. ESPN had it at 39.5.
No, I think.
So, or that was his. Yeah, he might have taken the alt line, but he took your CD Lamb at 74.5, Charbonnet at 15.5, and Lockett at 39.5.
See, that's weird because I've never found alternative lines on that app. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough.
No, I mean it's not available in New York. I don't have it. I've never seen it. So I've only seen the screenshots of the bets that people have shared, not the actual interface, what you're looking at. But
I mean, it's essentially Barstool, just green. Like,
I mean, I don't have that either.
So. Yeah, but I've never seen them. But if he got them, I mean, he obviously got them and won. So I mean, that's all that really matters. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd rather be me the one that gets screwed overall. But I did get the 900 with Noah Fant over Tyler Lockett. So I mean, I couldn't be too mad.
No, and I did the standard. I had Tyler Lockett in my own bet for 40 plus yards. So I didn't play him in yours. And you had two. You had a 3-leg and a 4-leg, or were they both 4?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I had the 4-leg that I posted on Twitter was the same play. Only it had Tyler Lockett as the last leg. The other one was Noah Fant for like.
Yeah, so I didn't play either of those two. Yeah. So I didn't play either of those two, and I combined them without that, and that's why I hit my one. Was waiting for the Charbonnet line to hit, and he fortunately did that with one. And I was like, I put my phone down. I was like, this is not going to come in. I'm going to miss by taking a flipping running back, like receiving line again. And yeah, he one catch.
I told you those have been getting me too. They have been getting me bad, but that's what we need. Joe Mixon did the same thing for us a couple weeks ago. I didn't point it out, but he did the same. One catch, 40 yards. Let's get it. So Yeah, it worked out perfectly, man. It was crazy. That literally put us in the game. I thought we had no chance until that one. So that was fun.
Yep. No, it was. It was a fun Thursday night, and then we had a decent Friday, another decent Friday in Liga MX, I think, quite possibly, and then the SGC rolled around on Saturday. We told everyone last week, and we cashed a nice plus 600 in the morning before you even woke up.
Yeah,
and then no, I think it was that might have been. That was, I can't remember. I can't even remember now. They're all rolling into one, but we cashed a plus 12.
Thursday morning. I'm pretty sure it was Thursday morning because I missed it.
So it might have been a plus 600 Thursday morning and then the plus 1222 Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, early afternoon. That was perfect too because that ended up.
Because that kicked it off, and that's what rolled into Thursday night football, and that's why we had this huge Thursday. Yeah,
exactly. Plus 1222 at 3 p.m. by the time it cashed 4:30 or 3 p.m. and we waited the 2.5 hours, ended up cashing again. So, yeah, it was awesome. It was an awesome Thursday. And then, I mean, Sunday, obviously, everything we said on the show basically hit it besides Austin Eckler and David Montgomery, I think.
Yeah, Montgomery missed, but he missed by like 7 or 8 yards, his rushing line. Jalen Warren went over.
Right, and he went like just over.
Yeah, it was close. He went just over. Brock Purdy pulled it out in the second half, flew over his passing yards line. But unfortunately the play, like when I'd combined, I think I put 6 of them together. 6 of ours together, and the ones I left out, I left Jalen Warren out of mine when that was the one that hit. I dropped Montgomery to 50 yards and a touchdown. So that had hit, even though he didn't hit the proper line for the fourfold that I played. But I left, and I sat there, and I was like back and forth between Eckler and Mostert, and I was like, I only want to take one.
Yeah.
And I ended up taking them both because I didn't want to take Eckler's rushing line.
Yeah, no. You never know. Like, I don't want to take his rushing and receiving right now because they're not getting enough yards. He's really not getting enough traction.
Yeah.
So,
like you said, we both went 3 or 4. 75% you will take every day of the week as a gambler when you're playing the straights. But that sweep is coming before the season ends.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's funny because this is like we can only come up one short so many times. And the ones, dude, 6-0, 6-0. They should. That game is like it makes you want to throw up.
Well, I mean, wait until you. I mean, you already know what I'm going to say about tonight's game.
Yeah,
but I'm basically playing the same thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure. But hey, you might see Money Mitch. You never know. Well, we'll jump into that in a few.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to jump into the Toilets to Titles Gilded chat, I know we had a bit of traction over the weekend. Justin, our boy at Toilets to Titles, posted about the Playing with House Money team and about the fact that we need more followers on Twitter or X, whatever you're calling it these days. So yeah, if you want to, if you're liking and subscribing and you're watching on YouTube or you're listening on one of the podcasts, and you can, please go on to Twitter and follow us at PW_housemoney. Follow each of us individually if you want. We're posting our own plays as well throughout the week and the weekend. But yeah, you can jump into the Gilded chat with the Toilets to Titles team, and you get not only our best bets for Thursday night football and then on the Sunday, but you also get, if you're a Patreon member, you get Monday night football best bets. And we cashed one of those, a nice 5x on Prize Picks for Monday night football this week, which was pretty good. Again, literally last kick of the game, cashed that for us. But jump in there, and it's not just our stuff; it's everything on the Toilets to Titles network. You've got the Frankenstank Listener League, which is just about to start the playoffs tonight, which is huge for everyone that made it through. Congrats to everyone that did. But there's the start sit advice, there's the trade advice. We're coming, like we say, playoff time for fantasy football. If you have any of those questions, these guys know exactly what they're talking about. I think on the start sit program on Sunday morning, they told everyone that Nico Collins was a must start in the flex, and the kid absolutely ran. I know Tank Dell got injured, so
yeah.
But
that if you shout out to George, he called Puka last week too over Cooper Kupp. Yep. He actually said it over Cooper Kupp too, so that's risky, and it ended up working out really well in his favor.
Yep. And these guys know what they're talking about, right? They've been around this stuff for a long, long time. So if you're new to it or you just want to get involved in another community, there's like 250 odd people in there. They're doing giveaways. Yeti coolers have been given away. There's lots of stuff, being given away by the Toilets to Titles team. So get involved, hit up Pru or I or Coach or Justin, anyone like that on the Twitter, and they'll get you involved there. And then, playing with house money, the SGC is rolling again. We have some great matchups this weekend to look forward to on Saturday. Bundesliga is being taken to the cleaners. You can mark my words.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
So
now.
do not miss that Saturday morning. It's going to be one for the books. And I've got to do that because we don't have any college football on Saturday, really.
Yeah, just one really. I mean, from what I could see, I think this is like, obviously you have the transition between the conference playoffs and the conference championships and whatnot, but I thought there would be like more than the one that I saw. You have Army and Navy. It's kind of like a little tradition. Yeah, that is the only one for sure. So yeah, I mean it's kind of like a little end of year tradition, obviously by the Army and Navy. U.S. likes to do that type of stuff, kick off bowl season. Obviously it's going to be a couple weeks until like the big games come up. So not much to talk about. I won't really touch Army Navy too much. I mean, it might be something like fun, a couple legs or something like that for Saturday, just to keep us going, between the soccer and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not touching that too much. So, but we do have a lot of good NFL matchups that we'll talk about, and I'm excited. I'm excited for a few of them.
You're not even going to mention it, right?
Actually, I need to, because I forgot I have something that they need to stay tuned for. I don't want to talk about college football anyway. I'm glad that I went right into Army Navy. I was a little distracted by that. Florida State got hosed. I want everybody to know that I don't care what you think about Texas beating Alabama and Alabama beating Georgia. Florida State got hosed. But you'll be able to hear my whole rant on something real soon. Stay tuned. We might announce something fun, so you guys can hear me yell at the screen and give my 2 cents, because it's going to make sense though. Like everybody, it's going to make perfect sense. I'm tired of hearing the rebuttals. You guys are out of your mind. They got completely hosed. So go Noles. If they beat Georgia, I promise to God, I'm going to be unbearable. So you guys better hope everybody that's going to the NFL sits, because if they don't, you're going to see me everywhere. But yes, that's my stance on college football right now. Let's go into the pros where we're betting some real money.
Yeah, so tonight. Wrong banner. Skipped too far ahead, didn't I?
I mean,
I think it's Sunday already.
Yeah, this game, I mean, hell, it might as well be.
Yeah. I mean, the Patriots at the Steelers. It's the lowest line for a total in prime time.
30 years.
Yeah. Since you could bet on it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it's 30.5, right? The line, I think.
I think they actually it's 29 and a half. I'm pretty sure it's 29 and a half.
Don't even care what it is. You're taking the under.
Unless Money Mitch might show up.
Money Mitch can show up. They can score 27 points.
Right.
Patriots aren't doing the thing with whoever's going to be their quarterback this weekend.
Yeah, and TJ Watt might just move into the MVP. He might move into the MVP category at this point. No,
I mean, like the lowest under I could find is 7.5.
Let's not be. Come on.
I would be 7,000.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I
thought that's just ridiculously short odds for them to only score 6 points.
Yeah.
Like, if there's one touchdown and that's it. But that under 13.5 is plus 1,300. So you know what I'm like with 13s. So that's just I'm not saying I don't think, I'm just playing that just because I'm expecting this game to be dollars anything.
And I mean, it very well could.
Like, I don't even think it was on FanDuel. I didn't look up DraftKings to see what the
DraftKings doesn't offer like the alternate totals and whatnot.
No, but I want first touchdown scorer to be no touchdown. That bet's going to be like everyone's going to be taking that. I feel like.
Yeah, the shitty thing is they're probably going to only offer you like plus 800 for it.
Yeah, but no, I think the one I did look at in the end that I liked was Pittsburgh Steelers defense to be like first touchdown scorer. The Pittsburgh plus 2,300 is actually the one that I quite like.
Yeah, they have DraftKings gives you like a team will lose a fumble, and it's actually pretty good odds. Like the last time I caught it, it was like plus 1,500, like plus 1,300, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not. I mean, it's really good value. They didn't have it up yet, if they're going to have it up at all. But I will say one thing though. I do expect Jaylen Warren to have a good game, simply because. Who else is going to do something? I don't think either of these teams are just going to not have yards. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah.
Somebody has to do it, and I just feel like he's their spark plug right now. So I do like his. I'm probably going to take his rushing and receiving. I probably don't. I don't really care too much what it is. It'll probably be somewhere around 70. So I'm definitely going to jump on that. Under 29.5, obviously, as everybody else will. Over 2.5 total turnovers, though. Definitely caught my eye. The last time I was going to do this was the Buffalo game a couple weeks ago, and I completely snoozed on it, didn't do it, and then they ended up having them in the first half. So I'm not missing that one. And then 3.5 field goals made, minus 110. I'll take that all day. Sorry that it's it'll probably get a little too close to your 13.5 if they get that fifth one, but. I like that 3.5.
They can get 4 because I also put in there that I was going to take the 9-3 correct score at plus 20,000.
See, that's the thing though. It's going to go 6-6 tie.
Well, it's funny. That's exactly what I wrote in here to begin with, but you can't bet that because it will obviously go to overtime and it'll be 9-6. Where you would assume.
No, 9-6. They're gonna let that whole overtime. They're gonna let that whole overtime go through and tie the game, bro.
I'll take 6-6. You can't bet on 6-6 as a final score. Otherwise, that would have been in here and I would have done it.
The tie is probably pretty good. Just do the draw. They'll have it. They definitely have it. Somewhere in there.
But no. Yeah, I know they'll have it. At the three-way. You need to find out on the three-way money line.
No, I go to game props and do like, will the game go to overtime? Yes. And then like find the draw somewhere in there. Like, now we're talking.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I feel like Jaylen Warren is. I think his rushing line is like 55, 56, and his receiving line 17, 18. So the combined is going to be mid 60s. But yeah, I feel like on both fronts he's going to do something. He's basically the only one of their offense that's actually doing anything decent with the ball anyway. But also one of those types of games you would assume that. If they're in front, like they don't necessarily want to injure. You would say that Najee is still their RB1 right now, although it's kind of
I mean, he had a decent week last week. He had a decent week last week.
He did have a fairly decent week, but it's one of those games where I think this is kind of possibly where you would throw Jaylen in there as a bit more like, give him a bit more exposure to it because it should be. You would at least hope, if you're a Steelers fan, that it's a comfortable enough game.
Well, they held the Chargers. They held the Chargers to 6 points. They're a much better offense. So, I mean, you never really know. Well, I do not expect a lot of, the rushing to get through a New England defense. But, I mean, that's mainly why I like it.
It's the same thing, right? It's the defense is going to be on the field for, you would imagine. I don't see the New England offense putting up a huge amount of drives.
Both defenses can't be on the field at the same time. We're just going to see 100 series. Yeah. We might see a broken record for 3 and outs, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, can you bet? I know you can bet like first 2 drives, punt.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be able to do that for every drive.
Yeah, you're going to miss the turnover. You're going to miss the turnover ones, though.
Oh.
You know,
yeah,
that's what could mess up the unders. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It could be like a punt return, kick return, and then like both defenses scoring or something like that. Pittsburgh might score twice.
Well, there you
go.
You
never know. I feel like this is one of those games where they set up like the under 30 and it's shit's gonna go like 45.
24-15 or something stupid like that. Like you say, with like 2 defensive touchdowns at least.
Yep.
And a special teams.
Exactly.
A blocked punt like return.
Something crazy.
Yeah. I think the defenses are the absolute play here. I might do, I might F around and do what I did in the who did I do? I told you it was the Jets against the Dolphins when I took the
Berrios. Yeah,
and I took Berrios in that game, and then I texted you before the game or halfway through the first quarter when the Jets got their ball back in their own like 5-yard line. I was like, I need a safety.
Yeah,
because I took the Dolphins to score a safety and the Dolphins defense to score anytime touchdown. I might F around and do the same with this game for the Steelers to score a safety and a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, I could rock with that. I could definitely rock with that.
Just because, like you say, it's one of those games that something like that is kind of
it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that we even just spent this much time talking about so many props. You know what they said about this game? If you're betting on this game, you got to call the hotline. So I don't know, man. If we don't hit any money tonight, we might have to.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm not, and that's why I'm looking at these outrageous props. So I can only bet $1 or $2, and I'm not putting a huge amount of money on any of this. By the way, these are going to be. I'll play the one. I'll play yours. Like when we put something together, like a couple.
No, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
But mine will be the big price stuff, which is like the lotto kind of stuff for like $5 max.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I don't need to call I need to call the hotline, but not for that reason.
Long time ago, probably.
A long time ago, yeah. Before you were even allowed to contemplate gambling.
Easy.
Anyway, Sunday looks better than tonight.
We got a good slate. We got a good slate this weekend.
Where are you going?
We got Houston. They are obviously on fire right now. I know they lost Tank, but I think Nico Collins is going to be, very formidable. He obviously has been a piece of their offense anyway, even before that. But I don't think anything right now is stopping CJ Stroud's rhythm.
No.
And I can get plus money at them over 21. 20.5 is plus 136. I love that. I think this kid's giving anybody 24 the week in and week out. I don't really care who he's playing, to be honest with you. And then obviously Justin Jefferson is planning to play. So that's huge. A little late for your fantasy teams, but I think with all of their weapons like back, I think it's going to be one of those games where like Las Vegas just cannot keep up. So plus 23.5 for them is plus 136 as well. Plus money for both of those. I cannot even believe I found that. Jalen Hurts' status will determine my last one. I got Philadelphia plus 3.5. And I think it's because the books think he's not going to play, but they also have him playing. So they're kind of like playing it safe where it's like.
Yeah, I also think that what I saw this week, Dallas have got a great record against Philadelphia in Dallas. I know you don't care. I'm just saying that's something else that the books are looking at. Right.
Philly just got mopped. Philly just got mopped. I'm letting you know right now, Jalen Hurts is going to play simply because of that mopping. And I'm sorry to tell you, the Cowboys have to get the short end of that stick. Like you heard. I hope I don't jinx them. Like, what I think is going to happen is going to be one of those games where people kind of turn on Dak again, even though I don't know how they're going to. He's playing out of his mind. But if the Phillies DBs are kind of killing them, but plus 3.5 at minus 115, while everybody in America is jumping on the Cowboys minus 3.5, and then Jalen Hurts just comes out there and has an MVP game. I really do expect that. And then they have Buffalo, Kansas City at 48.5. Like, are we for real? What? 48? Come on. I'm taking that over every time. All of them put together is 954. Run it. That might see a unit for me, to be honest with you.
Mine. I like the fact we've got 4. We've now got 8 that we can put this 8-fold on because they're not same games either.
Yes, sir.
Baltimore Ravens. We had that kind of discussion about the Ravens being like one of the top teams.
Yeah.
In the AFC this year. They're at home to the Los Angeles Rams. They're 7.5 point favorites. I think, I just think the defense is going to just stop them, Matt Stafford and Byron doing anything. So Ravens
is going to be the issue.
Yeah, but
not enough. He's not going to be enough.
No, minus 7.5 for the Ravens. You can take you can take the money line minus 360, and when you're putting, but no, we're taking the spread.
Yeah,
minus 7.5. The one I might take the money line on is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into the Atlanta Falcons. They're plus 1.5 dogs. So I've taken that. I think they were plus 2.5 earlier today when I looked, but they're plus 1.5 now. But they're still plus money on the money line. And I think they win outright in Atlanta. We've said it all the way through the season from a fantasy perspective. Like they're not the turnover, they're not the team that people thought they were going to be with Baker Mayfield.
Right.
They've actually, competing and
he's managing the games. They're staying in the games well, and their defense is playing lights out.
So I've got those two teams on to cover the spreads, and then the Indianapolis Colts at the Cincinnati Bengals over 43.5. Colts, Gardner Minshew playing incredibly well. Bengals decent enough. That's going to be a tricky one. Bengals defense is their best part of their offense. Best part of their offense is their defense. Yeah, but I still think that game could be. They could both put up 20 points.
Yeah,
pretty comfortably. And then your boys at home to the Detroit Lions again over 43.5.
Love it.
I hate to tell you that Detroit could probably put up 40 points on their own, but
what?
Over 43,
bro. Jared Goff 4 turn. Come on, we're not even gonna do this. Jared Goff 4 turnovers last matchup. Flus has that defense. He's calling the defense really well. It's kind of actually it's making Chicago give him sympathy, and he's not getting it from me. I'll tell you that much. Everybody's like, well, what if he just stays and just calls the plays? No, get his ass out of here. But they ain't putting up no 40 points, and if they do, it's because Jay Fields is out there balling. They're not just putting up 40. Come on, they're gonna run the ball if that's the case. They're not putting up 40. Stop it. I do love the 43.5. I do love the 43.5 because it might just happen like the last game happened where Detroit did not put up 40. But, I don't expect the Bears to win. Don't get me wrong. But let's be serious. Don't be disrespectful.
Those four are plus 1250.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah. So put those with yours will give us a lovely weekend to go for a sweep.
Oh, yeah. It would be the perfect time to start it, huh?
Yes, sir. What else? Anything else? I mean,
Florida State got screwed. State got screwed. You guys stay tuned. I cannot wait. But no, that's about it.
What are we staying tuned for? Are we looking for a Twitter announcement?
Yeah, we're gonna make a Twitter announcement Friday morning. It's something big. I can't say too much right now, only because I don't know the details of what the partner has brought up. So just stay tuned.
Okay. Well, follow him on Twitter if you
follow me on Twitter. Follow Playing with House Money on Twitter. Toys to Titles. Get everywhere. Any place that we have mentioned throughout these shows, get there. And if you miss it, I don't want to hear it. All right. I don't want to hear it. And the SGC is about to go off, so don't miss Saturday morning.
No, and comment, like, subscribe, shoot us any questions in the comments, on Twitter, join Gilded, shoot us the questions in there, and whatever it is you're playing tonight or this weekend, best of luck.
Yes, sir.
Let's all win big, and we'll see you next Thursday playing with more house money.